Hello guys, my name is Angie and this is Flow Haus and welcome to my channel. Today I'm filming from the beautiful Bremer Bay in Western Australia. So this is far south, almost slightly east of Western Australia, and it's absolutely stunning. I've got the beach to myself this morning, so I'm not going to waste any time. We have a beautiful standing leg Pilates class. So there is no equipment, no shoes, no mat, nothing is required. When you're ready guys, join in. So coming onto a side-on position, I've got my hips stacked over my knees. So I want you to take a step forward with that right foot. You can keep your hands up onto your hips or you can cross them over your chest. We're going to take a little hip hinge here. So it's maintaining that neutral spine, that straight back. We just hinge forward to feel that gentle stretch through the hamstring and then straighten to come back up. We're just switching legs. Stepping forward with the left. It's a hinge, keeping both legs straight, up to straighten. Now make sure when you do these hip hinges that you're not curving through the back. So we're not trying to fold over the leg. We're trying to hinge. So it's a straight back, neutral spine. One more on each side. Bringing those feet back together, we're going to come into a double leg here. So a little tiny soft bend in those knees if you need. A little hinge at the hips till we come down to a straight back and we inhale, come up to straighten. A little hinge of those hips. I like to wiggle my toes up towards my shins. Coming up to straighten. Beautiful guys. We're going to start forward facing. We're going to come into a sumo squat stance. So that's a nice wide stance with our toes externally rotated out. I like to draw my hands into a little prayer, so thumbs to chest. We're just going to drop down into our squat. So it's an inhale to lower for 3, 2, 1 and an exhale squeeze up for 1. Can we inhale lower, 3, 2, 1, exhale squeeze up. As we come down to lower into that squat, send those knees like they're wrapping out and around behind your body and stay with that count of 3. We've got 2 more in this tempo. Good, now we're going to flip that tempo. So I want you to come down for 1 and then squeeze 3, 2, 1 to raise. Down for 1, weight back into those heels, squeeze 3, 2, 1 to raise. Down for 1, maybe you're starting to find a little bit more depth. So we open out through those hips. You've got 2 more here. This is our last time to raise. We're going to stay down in our next squat. 3, 2, 1. Come down, hold it here for me. We're going to take a little pivot over the right thigh. So we're going to drop into a lunge, extending through those arms over our right thigh. Then we're going to come straight back down, deep into that squat. Let's pivot over the left thigh. Drop into that lunge, arms extend. Let's bring it back into that deep squat. We've got about 4 on each side here. The aim is to try and stay nice and low. This brings it into those quads nice and quickly, but we still want to keep it driving through the glutes. This is our last one on each side before our next change. Can you get a little lower? Once we finish this one, you're going to meet me back in that sumo squat. Come down nice and low. Can you give me 5 controlled pulses? You're coming up an inch, straight back down. Up an inch, straight back down. Really good. Really controlled. Last 1. Last 2. Let's pivot over that right thigh. So we're going to find that 90-90 lunge. Here we're going to hold. We're going to come into a little hinge and a leg lift. So we're going to hinge forward and raise that left leg. Embrace those wobbles or take a new placement of sand. Drop down into that lunge, extending through those arms. A hinge and a leg lift. Down to our lunge, arms reach. Hinge to a leg lift. Maybe we start to sweep those arms up towards the sky. Maybe we find a little more in that hinge. Eye gaze forward. Eye gaze to the ground. We've got 3 here. Last 2. Last 1. You're going to hold on that extension. So we're holding on that extension. Can we rotate our palms up towards the sky? Can we keep that leg extended and pointed? Can you give me some little pumps of those triceps? Oh, it's gonna test that balance. Pumping those triceps up towards the sky. Little hand weights are great here. Last 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Sweep those arms above your head. You're here for crunches to finish. Crunch, oh, elbow to knee. Everything extends. Crunch elbow to knee. Everything extends. The height of your foot doesn't so much matter here. You might be just lifted off the ground. You might be in that full extension. Last 2. Last 1. Can we drop that toe back down? Drop back into that 90-90 lunge. Bring it back into that sumo squat. Just single time here. We're just flushing out those legs all the way down. Squeeze all the way up. Come all the way down. All the way up. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Let's find that little pivot at a new spot of sand. We're rotating now over that left thigh. So we've dropped into that 90-90 lunge. This is where we're going to take that hinge and leg lift. So it's a hinge, lift and extend through those fingers. And we drop back into that 90-90. Maybe we sweep those arms straight away overhead. So a hinge and a lift. A land and a reach. Hinge and a lift. Woo! Land and a reach. Testing my balance on my left. Last 2. This is going to be our last time to lunge. Can we get a little lower? Can we take that hinge and extend those arms? Woo! Reset if we need. Rotate palms to the sky, back to those tricep press. Embrace the wobbles. Stay for 5. Stay for 4. Stay for 3. Stay for 2. Stay for 1. Arms overhead, let's crunch to finish. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Woo! Give those legs a little shake. You might want a little tap down those quads. A little work into the bottom. Little twist from side to side. Let's take an inhale, raise those arms up towards the sky. Little interlace of the fingers, press your palms to the sky, grow tall. Chin to chest. Let's come into a little roll down recovery. So into that forward fold, maybe one hand takes the side of the elbow, take a little rock from side to side. And the next exhale, can we start to stack the spine, roll it up ever so slowly. Those shoulders are nice, big roll at the top. Beautiful work, guys. We are almost done. That was the biggest round. Second round is a little bit shorter, but still very spicy. This class is a great way to get a quick burn and activation through those glutes and our quads. So we're going to come back into that side facing stance. So let's face towards our right. We're going to step forward with our right foot, so we have a little soft bend into that right leg. Now I want you to take those hands to the base, to the small of your back. Take that hinge forward first. So we've got a nice straight leg out through the left leg and a good generous bend in through the right. So make sure there's a good bend in that right, but you can still see those toes beneath your knee. Now we're going to step that left foot in for a little tiny toe tap, and we're going to step it out to the back for a little tiny toe tap. So we're now weight bearing on that right, and we're trying to stay as low as we can and as steady as we can. If it's easy in the range you're working with now, take a little further bend. So get a little closer down. Imagine like there's an imaginary chair behind you. Let's start to bring these arms into it. As we extend, can we sweep our arms up As we come back, can they come down? As we extend, can we sweep our arms up? As they come back, can we sweep it down? We've got our last 3 here. Last 2. Last 1. All the way out. Can we take a hinge from here? Can we draw those arms out to a big aeroplane? Can we close everything down? Little tap of the fingers and a tap of the toe. Squeeze to draw back up. So it's a single leg lift, and we're squeezing those shoulder blades together with force when we come back into that big aeroplane wingspan. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Everything closes up and in. Can we stay light on that left toe? Can we come back down to that squat position? So it's like a single leg squat. We're going to take 10 toe taps out to the left. So holding that nice low squat. Can we stay for 10? You can take a little arm reach with the left. 9, 8, 7, 6, just 5. My glutes are burning. 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way in, all the way up. Ooh. Feeling each and every one of those. Let's spin it around, guys, and finish off this class. So now we're coming facing over our left thigh. We take a little step forward with that left foot first and take a good generous bend. So we have a straight right leg and a good bend in that left. Make sure we find that bend first and get nice and deep. Hands to the small of our back. We just start with our toe taps, like little mini scooters. Tap the right toe in, tap it behind. Tap the right toe in, tap it behind. If you need to weight bear on that foot when you tap, that's completely fine, but it's something for you to take mental note of, and you've got somewhere to build up to in this class, so you can come back and try it again. Let's start to sweep those arms into it. Can we get a little deeper? We want to be working that glute to stabilize here. Staying with that breath. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Can we hold? Can we hinge? Can we draw those arms out to a big aeroplane? Can we lower, tap, squeeze to lift. Lower, tap, squeeze to lift. So good, guys. Embrace those wobbles. Work on that stability, that balance. We've got last 3. Eye gaze looking down to the ground. 2. Last 1. Ooh. Can we come up to standing? Still trying to keep the weight off that right foot. We've got our side steps to finish. Drop it down into that single leg squat. So it's a single leg left squat. Really controlled side taps. Let's go. Tap, return. A tap and a reach, return. Can you get any lower for the last class? We've got our last 4. I'm going to try and get lower. Ooh. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. All the way in, squeeze to stand. Ooh. Nice work, guys. My glutes are on fire. Short and spicy sculpting class. So we're just going to have a very quick standing stretch. Let's bring those legs out nice and wide. Arms can come out to a big capital T. Let's take a little torso twist. Tap the right hand down to the left toe. Left hand up to the sky. Eye gaze follows. Squeeze back up like a big starfish. Little rotation. Tap of the left. One more on each side. Last one. Staying with that wide stance. Let's just drop into a little lateral lunge here, stretching the inner thigh on the right side. So dropping into the right knee, left knee. Good. Squeeze it up and over. Little lateral lunge on the right. Good, coming side on, keeping that nice wide stance that you've got here. We're going to find a generous bend in that right knee and a little stretch through this left hip flexor. So it's a bend in the left, a little drop of the knee. Reach up through those fingertips as long as you can. Get as low as you comfortably can, but keep squeezing that bum forward and driving those hips forward. Stay for a full round of breath. Good, as you exhale, straighten out through those legs. We're gonna keep both legs straight. We're just gonna fold over that front, like a little triangle. Maybe your hands come to the floor, maybe they come to your knee, back of your knee. Stay for a round of breath. Beautiful, guys. Let's just flip that one around. Oh, I'm about to get wet. Turning around there, taking that generous bend into the left knee, little soft bend in the right. Drop that knee down, tuck that bum forward, really squeeze the left thigh for right thigh forward. Raise those arms up towards the sky. Stay low for a round of breath. Good, straighten through both legs. Can you take a little hinge and reach forward? Nice straight legs here, stretching the hamstring. Beautiful, guys, and one quick glute stretch to finish, of course. Standing glute stretch, grab a wall or anything if you've got one. If you're like me at the beach, you're gonna have to use that balance. So we're gonna come into a little single leg squat on the right. You're gonna hook, find your figure of four, hooking your left leg over, and then squatting back. Ooh, good start. Press that knee away. Hold for a round of breath. Exhale to soften. Squeeze to stand, swapping sides. Hooking that right ankle over. The left, sitting back into that seat. Pressing that right knee away. Squeeze to stand. And you are done. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope to bring you many more classes from beautiful locations like this. Have a wonderful day, guys. Like, share, and comment what you want to see next. Thank you very much.